A cheerful morning to all. Welcome to our English class. Dear students, today we are going to start with our first book, Hornbill. That is main reader, and we will start with chapter number 1, The Portrait of a Lady. And this chapter is, or this story is written by Khuswant Singh. So, let's know something about the writer first. As you all know that Khuswant Singh is an Indian novelist, and he is also a journalist. He was born on 2nd February 1915 at Hadali in Punjab in British India, that is now a part of Punjab in Pakistan. He is well known for his clear cut secularism, humor, and a deep passion for poetry. His assessment and comparison of social and behavioral traits of people from India and the West is full of outstanding wit. Now, some notable works of the author: Train to Pakistan, Delhi, Truth, Love and Malice, The History of Sikhs. These are the notable works or eminent works of the author. Now, introduction of the story. The Portrait of a Lady gives us a picture of human relationship in a joint family. It is a realistic account of how the grandparents give they give their time, attention and love to their grandchildren. In other words, we can say that in this story the grandmother showers her unconditional love, time, attention to her grandchild. In this lesson, the author describes his relationship with his grandmother over the years. He also pens down her daily activities and how she evolved as a character as time passed by. He explains her appearance, which helps create an image in the reader's mind. Actually, it's a real story, and in this story, the Indian novelist Khuswant Singh describes the emotional bond between him and his grandmother. He, in other words, we can say that this story is a tribute by Khuswant Singh to his loving grandmother. So, main characters of the story, the two characters are here: the narrator's grandmother and narrator Khuswant Singh himself. Life of author in village with his grandmother. The grandmother was an old woman with a wrinkled face. The author had always seen her like this For the past 20 years, she appeared to be so old that he could not imagine her being young and pretty, so someone who had a husband. Actually, the author did not believe the fact that there was a time when his grandmother was young and pretty and she had a husband. She was short, fat, and slightly bent. The author had seen his grandfather's portrait, an old man with a turban and a long white beard covering his chest. This is the physical appearance of his grandfather. He was an old man who was having a turban on his head and he had a white beard that was covering his chest. To the author, his grandfather did not seem like a man who could have a wife and children, but someone who could have lots of grandchildren. His grandmother used to move around the house in spotless white, with her one hand resting on her waist and her other hand counting the beads of rosary. Actually, this was a routine of his grandmother, and she used to move around the house wearing white sari and in resting her one hand on her waist, and with her second hand she used to count the beads of the rosary which she was having in her hand. Author's early days in village with his grandmother. Now in this slide we will get to know that how they both lived together in the village and what was their routine. In the initial days, the author and his grandmother had a good relationship. She used to wake him up and get him ready for school. She used to pack the things required by him for the day and accompanied him to school every day. She used to visit the temple that was adjacent to the school. She had a routine of reading the scriptures. Scriptures means religious books. The author, along with other children, sat in the veranda singing alphabets and morning prayers. They both used to come back home together with stray dogs roaming around them, as his grandmother could carry the stale chapatis to feed them. Next, now turning point in their relationship. And what the turning point was? Actually, the parents of the author were settled in the city and called them. As they reached, his relationship with his grandmother took a actually the parents of the author were settled in the city and called them also. As they reached, his relationship with his grandmother took a turn. Though they shared the same room, but their bond grew apart. The narrator started going to an English medium school. He was admitted in English medium school, and no longer his grandmother accompanied him to his school. She, however, used to ask him about his day and what he had learned. She did not understand the subjects that were taught in the school, and also she could not help him in his homework. She did not approve of the new syllabus, especially the music lesson which was being imparted to the child. She thought that they did not teach him about God and the scriptures, they saw less of each other. That was the turning point in their relationship. Actually, they both were sharing the same room, but there was a turn in their relationship. The grandmother was not able to spend so much time with the narrator, and even she was not able to help him in his homework because now it was English medium school, and the grandmother was not able to understand English. Activities of the grandmother when the author studied in university. As the days passed, the narrator grew older and soon went to the university. He had his own room, and this made their relationship sour. She stopped talking to everyone and spent her whole day sitting at her spinning wheel, reciting prayers and moving beads of the rosary with one hand. Now the grandmother started speaking very less. She always was busy in counting the beads of her rosary with one hand, and for the whole day she was sitting at her spinning wheel reciting prayers. However, in afternoon she loved feeding sparrows in the veranda, breaking bread into pieces and feeding to the birds was the happiest hour of her day. The birds would sit on her legs, her head, some even on the shoulders. Actually, what the narrator wants to convey to us that his grandmother was an amiable lady and she was deeply attached with the birds or sparrows, and every day in the afternoon she used to feed the sparrows. Author went abroad after completing his education in university. Then the author decided to go abroad for further studies. Grandmother also came to the railway station to see him off. She was not sentimental at that time and continuously recited her prayers, her mind lost in the prayers, and she kissed him on the forehead. After 5 years, as he returned home, she was there at the railway station and she came to pick him from there. And she was the same as she had been 5 years ago. It means she did not grow older. She was same as she had been 5 years ago. She clasped him within her arms and did not say a word. When they came back home, she still used to feed the sparrows. Last phase of the grandmother. One day, she did not recite her prayers, but instead collected the women of the neighborhood, got a drum, and started singing. The next morning, she was ill with mild fever. The doctor said that there was nothing to worry about, but she was sure that her end was near. She did not want to waste her time talking to anyone in the family anymore, but spent her last hours in reciting her prayers lying on the bed. She died, and so her body lay on the bed, listless, lifeless. As they prepared for her funeral, they saw all the sparrows sitting in the veranda around her, mourning her death. But the narrator's mother offered these sparrows some crumbs of bread, but the sparrows did not show any interest in those pieces of chapatis or breads, and they all were sitting silently in the veranda. It appeared that they all were mourning the death of the grandmother. So that was all about this story. Now, the theme of the story, this story revolves around the emotional attachments between the narrator and his grandmother. The chapter is divided, it can be divided into three phases. The first phase, when the author and the grandmother lived in a village, and at that time they had a close contact with each other, or they are emotionally attached with each other. The second phase, when they came to the city, that was the second phase, and in that phase there was not so much attachment. Attachment was there between the author and the uh, grandmother, but they did not have so much time to spend with each other. And then the last phase, when the author left the city and the grandmother to study, and when he came back found grandmother alive, but after few days the religious and the sentimental lady died. When she died, the sparrows sat scattered on the floor without any chirping, whom she used to feed earlier. The author wants to convey that birds, animals, and living creatures other than human beings also have emotions. So that was all about chapter number 1, The Portrait of a Lady. Now, thank you. Have a nice day, everyone.